Hello everyone. First of all, I do apologize for my looks. I'm not wearing any makeup. And the reason is, well, I'm bogged down in different translation jobs, my MA lessons that I need to give, and I've been absolutely knackered. And that's why I couldn't bother putting some makeup on just to make this video. English wise, though, I think you're going to learn a lot. And today I decided to talk about a problem that is very common for us Brazilians, which is verbs ending in ed. We have a lot of trouble pronouncing words, not exactly words, but verbs ending in ed in the simple past. The reason why we have these issues is, well, it depends first on the region you are from in Brazil. Depending on the region you're from, you pronounce words differently. I'll just give you an example. We say milk in Portuguese in São Paulo, for instance, as leite. However, if you are from the south of Brazil, perhaps from Paraná or Santa Catarina, you might pronounce it as leite. So this will influence the way you pronounce words that end in D or T in English, okay? Now, having said that, you need to remember that every time you read a word in English that ends in ed, do not assume that this word will be pronounced the same way it is written. This is a mistake. Words in English are not pronounced the way they are written. Okay? This is the first thing you need to know. Second of all, it's the second time that I'm teaching this. The first time I taught this was in my community on Buy Me a Coffee. I'll leave the link in the description. So if you want to become a member, you are more than welcome to do so. And if after watching this video, you feel that you've learned something and you want to buy me a coffee, I'll be more than grateful, because this is a way that you can support my content. And, well, it's interesting for me to teach you this, because I learned how to pronounce verbs in the simple past via natural approach. And what does that mean? It means that I learned by listening to native speakers and then reproducing what they say. And some people call this shadowing. So you listen to a native speaker speaking, and then you reproduce the way they say things. And this is called shadowing. So that's the way I learned. But I know it might be difficult to do that depending on your personal case, because we don't learn how to be good listeners when learning a second language. And these days, being a good listener is not exactly ubiquitous, is it? So it's not exactly commonplace. So what I try to do here is divide the knowledge into 3 categories to make it easier for you. Well, so let's get down to business. Words that you read that end in sh, ch, p, and p, k, and f. So if you read a verb that ends with one of these terminations, the pronunciation in the simple past will be with a T. So for example, you see here cashed. You have to pronounce this cashed. Cashed. Washed. Washed. Asked. Oops, my apologies. Checked. Kicked. Thanked. Worked. Looked. Tracked. Rushed. Kissed. Itched. Snitched. Again, cashed, washed, asked, checked, kicked, thanked, worked, looked, tracked, rushed, kissed, itched, snitched. The same goes for words that end in s. sound as. So, confessed, crossed, dressed, embarrassed, guessed, impressed, increased. It's not increase, increased, missed, past, promised, announced. But Haiza, this one ends with a C, but the sound is similar to S, so announced, danced, forced, influenced, introduced, noticed. So words that end in S sound will be pronounced as a T. Okay? Now, verbs that end in verbs that end in D or T sound will have an ED sound. Oi. For example, accepted. And this ED is not accepted, no. Is this E sound that I'm referring to is the same as live, live, live. You see? Live, slip. It's not live, slip, as in slip. It's not sleep, slip, didn't. Now, accepted, appreciated, cheated. So you see, is an extra syllable. Cheated. Feel your throat. Cheated. Cheated. Connected. Excited. Interrupted. Invented. Rejected. Started. Waited. This one by far is the hardest one for Brazilians. Cheated. If you don't feel your throat vibrate, or if you don't extend the sound, it will be wrong. You will mispronounce it. Other verbs that end in D or T. So avoided, decided, ended, expended, guarded, not guarded, guarded, included, needed, pretended, reminded, succeeded, not succeeded, succeeded, It's funny, isn't it? Yeah, you see me doing it like, Haiza, what you're doing? Oh my God. But you need to practice the muscles in your mouth. If you want to speak, if you want to reduce your accent, your Brazilian accent, this is a taboo. Everyone hates me when I say that. But some people, they want to reduce their accent. If you want to do so, you need to practice the muscles in your mouth. All right. Now, the others. So I talked about two categories. The words that end in T. Okay. So the verbs in the past that have a T sound at the end. The verbs in the past that have a ed sound. So an extra syllable, accepted, appreciated. And we have the rest. The rest are words that have an R sound, V sound, Z sound, L, M, N sound, vowel sound, B, G, J sound. So for example, appear ends with an R sound. So in the simple past will be appeared, appeared, D, appeared, arrived, D, advised, killed, glued, robbed, appeared, arrived, advised, killed, glued, robbed. I think you got the idea. I had the help of two websites. The help was really, really weird. So I had to look it up to make the explanation easier for you guys. So I read the explanation of two very nice websites. I'll leave the link in the description of the two of them. So they are my sources, very reliable sources. I really appreciate the work of these two people that created this website, whatever. So thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, if you think you understood the logic behind it, leave a comment down below, support my work. I really appreciate it. And remember, pronunciation is not a matter of one day or two. You need to practice every day. I'm not even joking. Okay. Do you think it was easy for me to make this transition from American to British English? Do you think it was easy? Do you think people didn't criticize me for doing this? They did. They still do. Some people still criticize the way I speak. So the point is, I started not to care anymore. But the main important bit is, the main one, I practice every day. And if you don't practice every day, you won't get good at this. So you need to get these lists and start practicing it. And you start making your own sentences. And you start recording yourself and checking if you're making the right pronunciation according to these categories that I taught you here. 3 categories. Words that end in T sound, words that end with an extra syllable, accepted, and the others, the rest, the remainder. All right? If you have any questions, you know I'm here to answer them. And I do apologize again for this face. I think that's it for now. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.